A lot has happened in the last month. A few months ago I started learning Unity, and now I'm even making my first game. But there is one problem. I'm not an experienced game dev as I don't know much about character design, and I also didn't know much about C#. But that was not going to stop me. I was going to learn from my past mistakes and improve. After a lot of thinking, I decided I want to make a high-octane car shooter game where you're being chased by police and other people and you have to escape. Like I told you before, I was not good at modeling or scripting, and I was going to need both of them for the character to move and for the character to have a nice texture. So there was only one thing left to do. After an exorbitant amount of time, the core model was finally complete. Let's try that again. Let's pretend that never happened. All of you in the comments, we didn't talk about that. But anyways, the core model was finally complete, so it's time to test it out. So far you could drift, you could drive and do all the stuff a normal car could do. But if you didn't notice, there's something missing. Yep, there was no terrain and there was nothing to do. But right now, we're about to change that. The next thing I decided to do was make the terrain. I was going for a realistic style terrain as the core for my game was realistic. So the first thing I decided to do was watch a tutorial from the Unity master himself, Brackies. Then I went to the asset store and I got a few assets for the texture of the terrain. After downloading a few more assets, watching another tutorial, the simple terrain design was finally complete. Is it just me, or are my graphics looking realer than real life? Wait, that's not possible. Now that I'd set up the car and terrain, it was time for me to add the enemies. And yep, that will do. I wanted my game to be done in chapters, meaning that the first chapter will be based on the forest. So I decided to put the first level together. And just like that, the first level was already created. They didn't call me the builder for no reason. Let's go! I then decided to add the death animation, because who wants to play a game that's unbeatable? And by death animation, I meant that the character will literally vanish into thin air. I then decided to start working on the script, but I realized I was going to need a lot more help than I intended. I got help from every source I knew. I went to Discord, I went to Stack Overflow, I even went to YouTube, just to realize that all I needed to add was a curly bracket. And yep, here's the result. What's CinemaScene, I hear you asking? CinemaScene is a modular site of camera tools for Unity, which gives AAA game quality controls for every camera in your project. It's an easy to install plugin which lets you add functionality to your cameras. I added CinemaScene to the project, but it ended up like this. You know what? I'll just try again later. I then created some files for my game using
Unity's particle system.
At this point, you're probably wondering what the game's about. So the game is based on real locations and biomes that the player visits. But during the journey, the player stumbles across challenges trying to stop them from reaching the final destination. I'm planning on adding weapons, more biomes, locations, and modes, but for now, I'm working on the storyline. Well, that's all the perks I've made in the last month. I'm also planning on remaking games and adding twists to them. So in the comments, write down what games you'd like to see. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.